G'day everyone, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ben, I'm the project lead for the VHKC and I thought I'd pop on camera and go over a few things ahead of Season 2. Before I get into any details about Season 2, I just want to quickly highlight how good Season 1 went. By the end of the season we had about 30 consistent drivers racing in the league, which is awesome to see. We met a lot of cool people, had a lot of cool racing, and we learnt a lot along the way. And now going into Season 2, we're making a few different changes to cater towards the growth that we had expected. To start with, as you probably have seen, we're adding a third drivers division to the championship, as well as a second teams division to the championship as well. Both of these divisions award their own silverware at the end of the championship, and basically the idea here is, with all the new drivers coming in and we're growing our grid size, we want to make sure that everybody still has something to race for on race days. The way that the second teams division is going to work is that if you have 2 or more drivers in Division 2 or below, you will be classified as a teams Division 2. If you have 2 or more Division 1 drivers, your team will count as a Division 1 team. And if your drivers get promoted or demoted up and down that threshold, then your team will also go up and down the divisions as necessary. Now, along with these changes, we're transforming Division 1 into its own separate division that has its own separate qualifying sessions and its own separate race sessions, no longer racing amongst the other divisions like they were last season. And thus, Division 1 will start later on race days, whilst Division 2 and 3, who are racing together still, will be starting at the normal sort of 1 PM time on most race days. Now, if you're a new driver joining the championship, you'll be put into Division 2 automatically. And so after your first race, or even your first 2 races, what we'll do is we'll look at your results and we'll determine if you need to go up in divisions or down in divisions, and we'll lock you in that division for the remainder of the season. Now, with all these big changes with how the divisions work and a few other things, we've obviously had to update some of the details in our rulebook. So if you're curious about any other details or any other changes with how the championship is working, you can find those details in our rulebook. If you want to go straight to where all the changes have been made, you can find the list of changes in the amendment section. Now, going into the start of the season, we're very aware that there's a good amount of people that have missed out on tickets for round 1. And this is mainly down to us sort of underestimating the demand for driver slots in Season 2. We were expecting about double the amount of drivers compared to Season 1, but the demand in reality is a lot more than that. And whilst that's a good problem to have, that's a problem that we really want to solve. Unfortunately, it's not as simple as adding more driver slots to each race day, as OzKarts and basically every other venue that we visit has limits on how many karts can be on track at a given time. And if we add on a whole another session, what that does is makes the day longer, not just for our staff and the venue staff, but also all the drivers, because everybody has to spend more time waiting for their turn on the racetrack. And really, our race days are very long as it is. So in the short term, moving into round 2, an additional 16 driver slots will be added to the championship. Also, some of the newer drivers will be promoted into Division 1 between round 1 and round 2, and that'll open up some more driver slots. But we know in the long term, this is not quite enough. We want the VHKC to be open and accessible to everybody who wants to participate. Accessibility is really the name of the game with the VHKC, and the fact that we don't have enough driver slots doesn't really help us in what we're trying to achieve with the VHKC. Now, as we look towards Season 3 and beyond, we want to make sure that the VHKC is meeting that demand for driver slots and making sure that the VHKC remains as accessible as possible. We hope to do this through larger race days, more separated divisions, and also looking at the idea of having an Eastern Minor Championship and a Western Minor Championship, while still having a statewide Division 1 Championship. Now, with all these ideas in mind, it is very much easier said than done. Putting these ideas into action and executing on the growth that we are experiencing takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of resources. Now, the team at the VHKC, well, we're really at operational capacity. Keeping in mind, we're all still volunteers. We do this out of the love for motorsport, and for us volunteers, there's only so much time we can give to the VHKC. So to sustainably grow the VHKC, what we're going to do is we're launching a few different supporter programs if anybody is interested in supporting the VHKC and helping towards growing the league. First of all, we're going to look at taking on some sponsorships, pretty plain and simple. If you or anyone you might know would be interested in sponsoring the VHKC, you're more than welcome to reach out to us on social media or email or our website, and we can give you all the necessary information when it comes to potentially sponsoring the VHKC. Now, on top of sponsorships for the VHKC itself, what we're also doing is launching a driver sponsorship program. And how this is going to work is that for an extra fee on top of the regular ticket price for a driver, drivers can have themselves sponsored for each round. And what we'll do in return to say thank you to these sponsors is we'll put up a social post after each round saying thank you for supporting your driver and the league. Another supporter program we'll be looking at launching is the custom helmet program. And so you might have noticed scrolling down our driver standings on our website that everybody has a blue helmet next to their name. So for a fee of $20, drivers can upload a photo of their helmet, or we can help them take one, maybe on a race day. And what we'll do is we'll cut out the helmet from that picture nice and neatly, and then that helmet will be displayed on our driver standings page or any appropriate social media graphics. And now the last supporter program that we're going to run with is the tried and true merchandise. You might have noticed the t-shirt that I'm wearing. I might have also worn a shirt or hoodie on a race day you might have seen. What these are actually are just prototypes for what we're going to sell on our website. And so if you want to support the league and represent it out on the racetrack, what we're going to do is on the website soon, we'll have some hoodies, t-shirts and stickers for you guys to choose from. And as a reminder, all these supporter programs go towards helping the league grow so that we can have bigger race days, more divisions, and more prizes going into future seasons. I hope this video helped explain a few different things going into the new season. If you have any questions, you can obviously reach out to us on social media, our email, or our website. But otherwise, thanks for watching, everyone.